Is there going to be more upside for D Agent AI? I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm seeing here on the charts and what the chart says in terms of the probability of this coin moving back up. Okay, a lot of it is going to depend on Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin is still the driver of this crypto market. Always pay attention to Bitcoin first. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of Bitcoin. And I did a more detailed video on Bitcoin earlier today. I will link you guys at the end of this video. But given Bitcoin, given what I'm saying about Bitcoin, what I'm seeing here on AIA, which is D Agent AI, let's take a look here because this is a relatively new coin. And what it has done was basically went from about 25 cents all the way to about almost $4. Okay, this is one of the main. This is what I'm still seeing these altcoins. Some of these altcoins pumping like crazy, and this also kind of reinforces my argument that this bull cycle is not over yet. Okay, it just does not feel like the start of a bear market. What felt like the start of a bear market? Well, I mean, I was here in November 2021. That was a full-on bear market, right? There was almost no recovery, and the downside just came very sharply, right? But right now, it does not feel like that. In addition to a few macro arguments I've been talking about on my channel, one of which is going to be a main argument, is that the Fed has actually just started its rate cut cycle back in September, and it looks like we're going to get a few more rate cuts. Okay, according to the CME Watch tool. That's definitely a tool you guys should be paying attention to. All right, let's come back here to the AIA here, D Agent AI, and what I'm seeing here is a potential rebound here. I'm just talking about probabilities here. Nothing is for certain in this market, but what I'm seeing here is a. Let's take a look into a lower time frame here. 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, falling wedge pattern. Why should you guys know your falling wedge patterns? Because they are bullish patterns that have a higher chance of breaking to the upside. Let's just say if this one breaks to the upside, for example, this is the 4 hour time frame. Price target would be about $1.85 price target if it breaks out by this point. Okay, price targets are estimates only. There could be more, there could be less. A lot of which is going to depend on what happens with Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin starts dumping, I would say that these altcoin setups, they're not going to matter very much. Okay, so got to be paying attention to Bitcoin. I can't emphasize that enough, right? Let's take a look into. You can actually just take an example here, right? On the 4 hour time frame. Even this is going back to Friday when Bitcoin dumped. A lot of these altcoins dumped. Okay, this one went from about $1 to all the way down to almost below 20 cents here. Okay, so gotta be just watching out for Bitcoin first. Okay, so this is basically what I'm saying. Now, if this thing breaks to the upside here, if this thing breaks to the upside, this could be a potentially a let's see here, potentially a cup and handle, right? That could still play out, right? Because we still have a higher low here on this weekly time frame, and higher lows they could usually turn into rounded bottoms, and rounded bottoms usually turn into cup and handles. If you think about it, a cup and handle is basically a bigger rounded bottom followed by a smaller rounded bottom. So let's see if that comes, if that actually plays out. It's still a very early guess, and of course, it has to come back up here to retest that $3.80 resistance. Okay, so this is basically what I'm seeing for D Agent AI. It does look like there is a higher chance of breaking to the upside on the smaller time frame. Now, I want to say that even though falling wedges have a higher chance of breaking to the upside, you still have to mind the lower chance of them breaking to the downside because I've seen that happen before. Now, I am long on Bitcoin. I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here, so my opinions on this crypto market as a whole is still bullish. But these are just my opinions and not financial advice like the entirety of this video, and you guys should do your own research and form your own opinions. But if you guys want to continue seeing any more of D Agent AI or any other coins in this market, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll pick a request to do for you guys on a daily basis, and I'll see you on the next one.